Hello there, Master Hellish here, and I'm here with news from the OpenTTD team about Atari's release of Transport Tycoon Deluxe and what that means for OpenTTD. The reason why I'm doing this is we've got more news and we kind of needed it. The problem is that I did a video all about what happened, and if you don't know what happened, basically over a year ago, Atari purchased the IP to Transport Tycoon, and then last week they released Transport Tycoon Deluxe on GOG and Steam, and OpenTTD was moved to be a bundle with Transport Tycoon Deluxe, meaning that if you hadn't already purchased it, you could no longer get it on its own for free on those platforms, even though you could still get it for free in other places, including the OpenTTD website. That's the very short version of what's happened. The thing is, there was a lot of questions that people still had. There was a lot of misinformation and a lot of speculation. One of the reasons why I didn't go into certain things in my original video was because it would require speculation, and I wasn't really willing to go down that route. However, there's been another news post on the OpenTTD site to help answer some of the questions and round things off. And actually, there's a few small things in that news article that shifts the tone and perspective of a lot of what's happened. So let's go through some of the things. Now, it seems to be that there was a slight lack in the amount of information in the communication to begin with from the OpenTTD team. The full news article will be linked in the description, and I'll pin a comment with it in. And it says in there that there has been a lot of speculation and misinformation about what's happened. And they say that their initial announcement perhaps didn't provide as much detail as it could have. Okay, so there is acknowledgement from OpenTTD team there that they probably should have given a little bit more information to avoid those speculations and confusions. Now, they said here they want to reassure us that they have not been pressured by Atari to make these changes. Now, I'll let you go and read the full news article, and I highly recommend you do, but there's a couple of things that I want to highlight in here. In this article, they say that the game, as in OpenTTD, is rooted in the fundamentals of Transport Tycoon Deluxe. And agreeing to collaborate with Atari on the release not only enables you to go back and play the original game, which is brilliant, it's a good thing. I love playing the original game. You get to feel how raw and kind of appreciate as well how far OpenTTD has gone. But it also helps ensure that OpenTTD remains a thriving project for years to come. That's what they've said. They have said, and this is another key point, they've said that additionally, as part of the discussions that were held, so we didn't know before, we didn't know that discussions were held. I had believed that discussions had been held, but I didn't know that for a fact. So I wasn't going to say it, but discussions were held and Atari has agreed to make contributions towards running costs of server infrastructure for OpenTTD. Now, I think that speaks volumes. There has to be some give and take, and with the way that we were seeing things before, it just looked like take from Atari. We didn't know everything, we didn't have all the information, and I feel like this second announcement from OpenTTD fills in all of the gaps, okay? So now we have a more complete picture. The two news articles together give us a full and clear picture of pretty much everything that we need to know. Some people were speculating that Atari just wanted to trick people into getting OpenTTD. Now, I still feel, my personal opinion is the way that it is worded, especially on GOG, saying that OpenTTD is a mod and you must have Transport Tycoon Deluxe in order to play OpenTTD, that I feel the wording there is, I still think it's misleading, but as I've explained, I don't think there's a feature on the website or as part of the platform to properly indicate the relationship between the games and the way that they are asking you to buy one to get the other for free on that platform. If it said like on this platform or on GOG, then it might be just a lot better. So even though I still think the wording's misleading, you can see why they might package it together, especially seen as they're now contributing to the server infrastructure of OpenTTD. So, and I think you could potentially summarize it as saying that there was communication between OpenTTD and Atari. You can say that there has been a agreement come to between them, that OpenTTD team would not use the word pressured, and that there is a beneficial relationship in both directions for both parties. And as OpenTTD players, we get the option of getting the game if we want to buy it, which we didn't have before. I've seen a lot of people go completely one way with their opinion, all the way from, Atari's evil to all the way to the other side to, they are so righteous for bringing this game back from nowhere and pulling it back. And on other aspects of this situation as well, there's always people been one side and the other, and they're polar opposites. And in my opinion, you can't both be right. So at least like half of you are wrong. And it looks like maybe everybody was wrong. Maybe it wasn't one way or the other. But it seems to be potentially a nice hanging balance in the middle. So to summarize my reaction to this extra news, I feel like we've got a much better, clear picture of everything. It seems like a much more akin to a symbiotic relationship than to anything else. As the OpenTTD team said, they wouldn't use the word pressured. And it seems like there's been agreements, discussions, and that it goes both ways. So it's nice to see that the OpenTTD team have support. It's nice to see that we have the game available to purchase if we wish to do so. And it's nice to know that OpenTTD is not only going to remain free on the website in all of the locations apart from Steam and GOG, but also is going to be continued to be supported, worked on, and developed by the OpenTTD team. To me, this was the last missing piece of the puzzle that allows us to put the picture together, see the final words of the story, and close the book so that we can go and open OpenTTD and enjoy playing it. Well, I hope that helps. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care for now. Goodbye.